Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jazz and you are watching my bullet journal setup for the month of September 2020. I just finished my first bullet journal with the last month, so I actually started a whole new journal this month, which means there is a bullet journal flip through video coming of my last whole journal filled out, as well as the setup for this new journal. So definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss those when they come up later this month. For September, my theme really is circles, but I wanted to incorporate a lot of fall colors. The theme seemed really simple until I started actually doing it. It took forever, but I do really like how it turned out. I did make a cover page for September, which you're seeing here. I didn't always do that in my last journal, but the last couple of months I did start making a cover page. So I have all these new pages to use up. I figured I would. I acquired these Posca paint markers in metallic colors. So I have a gold one and a silver one, and they show up so beautifully. The gold gel pen I was previously using just would fade after a little while and it didn't look sparkly about a day after you wrote with it. These Posca paint markers keep their sparkle and they're really opaque. It's really, really awesome. On the left side of my cover page for September, I just put a little quote. It says, "New month, new beginning, new mindset, new focus, new results." Since this is the first month in this new journal, it seemed like a fitting quote. Plus, it's always good to give yourself that reminder that you can start over at any time. This has been a really crappy year for most people, so just trying to keep the positivity. For the calendar for September, I decided to make it fill up the entire spread, so it is from like edge to edge across 2 pages. Usually I leave some side room for some extra things to write, but I decided for this month to just try something a little more graphic and visually pleasing. So I made all these floating boxes for the days, and then I continued the circle pattern behind them so you can see them peeking through between the boxes. Filling in all these circles was incredibly tedious. It seemed simple enough when I was sketching everything out, but the actual execution of it took hours. So I did speed up this video quite a bit. I think after this page you just kind of see me drawing outlines and then they're magically filled in because it was just so long. But I hope you are okay with that and understand. There was just a lot of coloring going on here. This is probably my favorite spread of the September pages that I made. I don't know, but I really like how they peek through behind the floating boxes. I think it's a really cool effect. Here I'm using my gold Posca paint marker to write in the letters for the days of the week across the top. And then I go in and add a black drop shadow to that, just using my regular gel pen. I use the Pentel Energel pens. That's what I typically write with in my bullet journal for like daily tasks. It's my go-to pen. That's all I use for the drop shadow there. I haven't been using a habit tracker the last couple of months. Sometimes I will put it in my weekly spreads, but I haven't been doing one for the entire month. and I decided to bring it back because it is a new journal. I'm excited to use it, and I think that's the issue with the monthly things that you have to go back and fill out every day, is that when you lose interest, they just are blank. So I was feeling inspired, so I decided to add back a habit tracker. I used little symbols for each habit. The habits I'm tracking this month are taking my vitamins, drinking enough water, flossing my teeth, reading, writing or doing some type of art, and no spend days, so days that I don't spend any money. I kind of kept with the same theme with the boxes that seem to be floating and the background of the circles. And then my mood tracker on the right is one that I've done several times. I put a scale of sad to happy across the top, and then the numbers of the days down the left-hand side. And then I will fill in a circle for each day with my corresponding mood. I plan on drawing circles that I'll then fill in with those same colors. A gratitude tracker. I love having gratitude trackers in my setups. It really forces me to think of something positive for every day, especially now when everything is so up in the air and some days just feel impossible. It's just been a really nice practice for me to have to focus on something good, something to be grateful for. And I really like how this page turned out too. I have done this similar type of setup before when it comes to my gratitude tracker, where I split the page in half and have 2 lines per day to write something down. But with this month, I outlined every other box, and then I did that same circle pattern underneath. So this way, I don't think I wrote in the numbers during this video, but you'll see I'll be able to write in a box on one day, and then next to it will not be in a box. But I think once it's all filled out, it's gonna look really cool. And on the right hand side of this spread, I'm putting my brain dump page. I always like to have this page. I've been doing all my headers basically the same, just some basic calligraphy with my Tombow Fudenosuke pen in the soft tip, and then adding that drop shadow with the gold Posca paint marker. The brain dump page I kept really simple. I just put a really large circle at the bottom for my goals to be in and left the rest blank. This brings us to our first weekly for the month of September. I kept this one really simple. I think it's something about starting the new journal. I'm just feeling like getting back to the basics. So I just did 8 equal squares. I always like to have a spot for weekly tasks that come up that aren't day specific. So one of those squares is dedicated to just tasks, and then the rest are one day of the week. I used my color palette to add circles in the left-hand corner of each date box, and then I used my gold Posca paint marker to write in the number of the date inside each circle, and then I just hand lettered all the days with my Tombow Fudenosuke. Super simple, but definitely functional. So here's my flip through for September. Thank you so much for watching this video. As mentioned, I do have a bullet journal flip through of my very first bullet journal that I finished. It was very exciting to reach the end of a whole journal. That'll be up as soon as I'm finished editing it. And I also have a video of the setup pages I did for my new bullet journal. So those will both be coming up later this month. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I believe there's something to do with a notification bell if you want to be notified of when those videos get posted. Again, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.